morning and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright, and today is a workout session with Health Educator Jerri Haslem. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP is empowering people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization with more than 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate on their behalf, all of them without regard to politics. Well, since the pandemic began, AARP Alabama has been broadcasting online to make sure that you're staying safe while you're at home, still getting exercise. And today we have with us our person, Jerri Haslem. Sorry, Jerri, I'm a little off today. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing this morning?
Well, it's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. What do you have lined up for us today?
Today, Tawana, I have some strength work lined up. And what I love about this is you're right. We may not have weights, so guess what? We can use things that are in our home for our strength work. So I'm going to do that to just improvise and show us how we can adjust.
All right, that sounds good. Folks, we want to remind you that before you begin any exercise routine, you should consult your physician to make sure that it's safe to engage in the activities. We wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. So, Jerri, I'm going to step out of the way and let the folks get what they came for. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds great. Good morning, everyone. And I am so glad that you've taken time to join me this morning. Today, we're going to do some strength. And I know we're busy. We've got the holidays, we've got bags, we're shopping online, we may be at the mall. But I want us to make sure that not only are we walking and moving, I want to make sure that we're doing our strength part. And today, I specifically am not using traditional weights. As sometimes, especially since we've gone through so many different things, you may not be able to find weights at your local store or online. So we're going to use canned goods. We're also going to use bottles of water. So I'm going to show you how you can take things that you have in your home and make that your weight workout. So let us get started. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab these 2 bottles of water that I have here. And this is the beauty of it. If you've got empty bottles of water, you know what? You can just refill them with water. And if you like, you can refill them with sand. And that could be your weight. So understanding that, you know what? Let me just make my own. So you could have some small handheld weights right there in your home that you make. Let us get started with that. I've got these 2 bottles of water right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is take these bottles and I'm going to just drop them down. So my hands, my palms are facing each other. I'm going to stand up nice and tall. I've got my core zipped up. It's engaged. And right here, I'm just going to do some rows. I'm just bringing it up. Just bringing those arms up. That ab is engaged. And what do I always ask for? A smile. So let's just pull this up. Let's just do these raises right here. Just pulling straight up. Using our whole body. Core is engaged. I want 8 more, okay? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that's just an upright row right there where we are, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tilt just a little bit forward. Again, my abs are engaged, and I'm right here. I'm looking down, and I'm just pulling, just actually rolling these arms back. My elbows are not flared out. They're in, and I'm just pulling in. So it's a slight tilt, and I'm looking down. And when I say this, you don't have to look at me. I want you to have great form. So get in position, and you're really just gazing down at your floor, and you're just going to roll back. And you're pulling these elbows right into you. And let's do 10 of these. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just stand up. So we had just an upright row. And then we had just a slight bend, pulling in and pulling back. Just pulling that arm in and back, okay? If we wanted to, we could put both bottles in one hand. just adding on, like you could put both weights, you could put both bottles in one hand. And with that, I'm just going to simply put one leg in front of the other. And this time I'm going to pull back, and I'm just pulling back. If those bottles, if it's uncomfortable for you to hold both of them, you can just hold one, but I'm just going to pull back. So I'm kind of slightly tilted forward, bringing it back, just a roll back. Okay, so it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stand it up. You know, we have to do both sides. So again, I'm just going to take both bottles of water, put them in one hand, and you don't have to do that. And one foot is slightly in front of the other, and I'm just going to pull back with that row. And we're doing 10 of these, okay? 8 more, I think. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now, let's separate those weights, those bottles of waters out, okay? We just did our upright rows, and we actually did just a pull back with the row, and then we doubled up the weight, okay? So right here, my arms, elbows are right here by my side, and I'm just going to lift up and down, working that shoulder, that deltoid. Don't bring it up too high. We're not exaggerating, and we're not squeezing and pinching our neck. We're relaxed. That neck, those shoulders is relaxed, okay? And you're simply going to raise up and down. You're pressing both ways. There you go. That strength is both ways. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change out from my bottles of water to my canned goods. And remember, you can use anything you want, and you don't have to use physical objects. You can use working your own body, working that resistance against resistance. So that would be an isometric move. And when I say that, let me just demonstrate it before I pick up these canned goods. So I'm going to put the water down, and I'm going to tell you, you can do everything without having a weight in your hand. So let us just take our palms, they're facing forward right here. And what I want you to do is just take it in and out. You're just as if you're serving someone a tray or a platter, and you're bringing that back in, working that bicep and that tricep. So a lot of times we think, we've got to have weights. Not necessarily. Your body can be its own weight. So we can alternate, and we're just simply pulling in and pulling back, using the back of the arm and the front of the arm, that bicep and that tricep, just alternating, okay? Absolutely nothing in my hands but my own resistance, okay? Let's try that. I'm gonna make a slight fist. I'm not gonna grip it tight, but just take my hands, make a fist, and I'm just gonna press it down. And when I do that, I want you to think about, oh my goodness, working that bicep, working that tricep. I want you to think about that. Have you ever picked up an object and it was much heavier than you thought, and you had to adjust not from your hand, but from your arm, okay? Or you picked up an object and you thought it weighed more, and you literally just, slung it up. So think about the muscle group that we're working. There we go. And we're just pressing back with it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Just let those arms just shake them out. Again, thinking about the muscle group and actually concentrating and making that work for you. Now I'm going to go from my water bottles to my canned goods. And again, just taking these in my hand, okay? Understanding that doesn't matter if they're the same or not. If you got two objects, let's go forward, okay? Right here, I'm going to make what I call a W. So I'm going to take my elbows, and they're right here by my side, My arms are slightly bent, and I'm just going to make a W and bring it back in, okay? A W for winter or winning, because that's what we do. How about that? Or anything you want that W to be for. Let's do 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, squeeze it, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's just rest it. Sometimes when we do these in this session, I may only do one set, and sometimes I do more. But what I encourage you to do, take these things and you can make it your own. You can take what we have and you can say, you know what? I'm going to do 2 sets, or maybe you do 3, or maybe you just do 1. But my suggestion is to feel comfortable when you're doing it and making sure that exercise is not a punishment. It should be fun. It should be relaxing. It should be invigorating. So make it fun for you. And I always tell you, put on your favorite music, because when you do, chances are you'll do more than 1 set. Okay? Let's do another set of those. Again, we've got our W for winning, and my elbows are right here by my side. I'm going to take the arms up, making the W. Let's go do 12. Let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was something that felt good for you. Okay? Right here, we're going to go with a front lateral raise. And this exercise, I don't want you to overextend or exaggerate that arm up. I want it nice and smooth. It's just going up and down, okay? We're going to alternate, just extending it. It's not too high. It's really just shoulder level. And you're pressing up and you're pressing down, working that arm both ways, okay? Let's do 7 more on each side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last set, both sides, okay? There we go. Now let's put a combination together, okay? Let's go with a front lateral raise, and then let's just take our arms to the side when we do that. Again, controlling it both ways, not swinging, not using momentum, making sure that you're comfortable. And if you've had any type of injury or anything with your rotator cuff, you know raising that too high can aggravate it. So we don't want a high move. We just want a fluid move when we do that, okay? So we're going to do a combination front and side. Ready? Where's my smile? Let's go. Taking it up and out. Control the move. It's up. My core is engaged. It's up, lifting, and out. Front raise, side raise. Front raise, side raise. I want 2 more sets, okay? Lift it up. Give me 1 more set, please. Up and side, okay? What I would suggest when you do these things, if you don't have weights or if you're not comfortable, don't worry about the weights. You can simply just discard those and use just your body to do it, okay? We're going to take this and we're going to do what I call another combination move. And I'm going to take my legs out just a little bit and I'm going to turn. I want you to feel comfortable turning. And what I call this, because we do it in our everyday life, I believe in just functional activity. And that's picking the groceries up and putting the groceries on the shelf. And we do that. We may do that by getting something out of a cabinet or raising up to another cabinet. And I want us to feel good when we do those functional moves, when we're turning, when we're lifting, and when we're bending. And when we do those moves, I want it to be fluid. and having you to feel comfortable with that. So let's just first of all get comfortable turning with objects in our hand. So it's just a twist. And you notice my feet, they stay planted. And that's another thing, being able to combination move. I'm not turning with a pivot. I'm turning from my core, from my waist. So it's just a twist, okay? It's a twist. And I'm just going to go down, twist, and down. Got it? So it's like I'm picking something up out of a bag. And this is a natural move, whether we're getting something, whether we're doing leaves, whatever we're doing, it is a functional move. So it's a twist and it's down, okay? Let's do the other side. Twist. Let's just go with a twist at first. We're twisting. There we go. Turn that body. We've got something in our hands because a lot of times that object, we want to be able to make sure that we can control that with the move. So let's twist now and bend down. Got it? Let's twist and bend down. Give me 4 more. Turn. There we go. 3, 2. Give me 1 more, please. 1 more. There we go. Those combination moves when we do that, okay? Let's take these arms now and let's pretend it's for hugging a tree, okay? So we're gonna hug the tree and bring it back. So we're just gonna hug, extending our arms out. It's like we're making a big O. We're putting our arms around a big oak tree, got it? So it's a circle, and we're just extending the arms, got it? Reach it out. I want 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How did that feel? I know it's the holidays, and a lot of times, sometimes we're busy. We may be in person having events. We may be on multiple Zooms. But what I want you to understand is that strength is so important. You want to be able to pick things up and pick things up comfortably and understand your body is a weight. So anytime you're sitting up, you're standing up, you're squatting down, you're standing up, you're lifting your body. You're lifting your body weight. And that is something that we don't always do a lot of. When we get older, sometimes, and even when we don't get older, we don't want to get up out of a low chair, or we don't want to get up out of a tub, or we don't like the bending. All of those things are so important, and they tie into our strength. So if I got weights in my hands, or if I don't, just a squat and standing up. I'm going to take my feet out just a little bit, and I'm going back and bringing my body up. That's strength work. Bringing it up. That's strength work. Bringing it up. 4 more. So it's a squat. I've got my weight. It's 3. Taking that body back. It's 2. And it's 1. That squat, especially if we have weights or we don't have weights, or we do a full overhead press, that's working that entire body. So I'm going to put the weights down for just a second. Okay? And again, understanding our strength, okay? So if I've got my feet out a little wide, and right here, I'm just gonna take my hips down and back and standing up. That is your strength, okay? Lower body, again, getting out of a low chair, getting out of a low vehicle, getting out of a tub. All of those things require a bend and a stand up. So I want you to get your chest up, look up. You're not looking down. It's not a bend over. It's straight or slightly lifted up. And we're going to do 8, just 8 squats, okay? So it's down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I got a slight, now I'm not going to say slight, I have an opportunity. We're not going to call this a challenge, but today is Tuesday, December the 14th. And what I ask you to do is to add yourself on your own personal calendar, because you know, if you put someone on you will hold yourself accountable. I want you to put yourself on your calendar. You decide what is a good time on your calendar. But what I'm going to ask you to do is to commit to 10 minutes a day for the rest of the year. I know you're like, what? Where did this come from? But well, you know what? I got to tell you something. 15 minutes is only 1% of your day. So I'm not asking for even 1%. I'm asking for 10 minutes. And with that 10 minutes, you've done it for today. But I want you to just, when we do things all the time, that commitment, that habit, it's those little things that make a difference. It's like, you don't even think about it. You wash your face, you brush your teeth. Those are things that you do daily that you don't think about. So what I'm asking is for you to give yourself 10 minutes a day for the remainder of the year. And you can book that on your calendar on any time. But with that 10 minutes, I'm asking for you to give yourself movement, be it strength, flexibility, or cardio. And remember, 15 minutes is only 1% of your day. So I'm asking you to give yourself that time to get that body moving, to understand strength is important, balance is important, flexibility is important. When you are using that body and doing these things, it will reward you, and actually it'll want more. It sounds crazy. So 10 minutes a day for the rest of the year. I know, at least look, I started in December. I did not start in January. So again, today is December 14th. You've done at least 10 minutes today. But for the remainder of the year, book yourself for 10 minutes of movement. I hope that the strength that I gave you today is going to be the foundation for you to move for the remaining of this year and beyond. So I hope you got something out of that strength. I don't know, Tawana, I hope you were doing that while we were doing it as well.
Oh, Jerry, I was getting mine in. I needed some movement today to help me get back on track. Thank you for that workout, folks. We dropped a survey link into the chat. Please complete our survey. Tell us what you think about the program. Jerry, great workout as always. We got a commercial. If you have any questions for Jerry, drop them in the chat. But in the meantime, we're going to show a brief commercial and hope you can take part in some of the other events we have coming up. Oh, we didn't have any questions come in, but I wanted to drop a couple of these quick ones in. Amy Ranches and C. Davis wanted to thank you for the workout. Folks, remember when we have an art class coming up Friday at 10 a.m. making Christmas ornaments. Charla Taylor also said excellent class. Please, folks, excuse me, that's Starla Tyler. Do me a favor. Don't forget to complete the survey. We've got a great art class coming up at 10 a.m. Central on Friday. Hope you can make it. mindful movement will continue into 2022. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.